Welcome to Divinely Engineered. I'm the Divine Engineer. Come on in. Happy Freedom Friday, my fave. Get on in here. My high vibrational, mutable signs. My high vibing Geminis, Virgos. I'm going to say Tauruses, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Y'all, I don't even have my list. And who remembered it? I did. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. My high vibing, mutable placements. What do they need to know? Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. What is their overall message? Solar light upgrade, solar plexus, inner fire, willpower. So whoever you are, you could be getting that. Just get up and goddamn go. Okay, whoever you are. This has Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light here. So whoever you are, you could have like experienced something like, because I'm like walking, I'm like getting you walking through this gateway here. And you see how there's like all this illumination, this light. I'm getting like it infused you. Like you just went through something that just infused you with some type of like I'm getting like a flash of light that and whoever you are, like you have like the more willpower, more just get up and goddamn go about yourself. Okay, let's see what the overall energy is. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors from my high vibrational, mutable signs here. What's their overall energy? So this says Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. So it's definitely something, some type of learning experience that you went through, okay? That could be like setting your solar plexus on fire, okay? This could be something that you learned that you're like going to, I'm getting like something that you're putting into motion, okay? Yeah, it's like some type of wisdom here. This says crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. Yeah, whoever you are, you got some type of breakthrough here with this divine protection, quartz cut, and breakthrough energy, okay? So let's dive right on into this, okay? Because whatever you went through, and I'm going to bring out that Orion activation as well, because I really feel like that was, it's definitely some type of breakthrough that you had, okay? But with this Orion activation, like I'm just getting you like walking through some type of gateway, learning some type of lesson, and it was like whoever you are, it could have been like some type of like either shock to your system, but I'm just getting like this was like, there's something that like slaps you on your ass and said, now go forth and motherfucking prosper with what you have learned. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, don't hide from me now. Don't hide from me. Give me 1 second, y'all. I should have pulled it out the first time because it came at the bottom of the deck twice. Okay, that was my sign, so grab it. Hold on. Give me but a moment, if you will. If you dare. Ah, here it is. Orion activation, supernova, recreation, rebirth, renewal, rebirthed by light here. Okay, let's get into this. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors, clarify this solar light upgrade. Okay, well, let me put this Orion activation over here first, because that's the one that really came out first. Clarify this Orion activation, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this Orion activation, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Supernova, recreation, renewal, and rebirth by light. And that cord just went flying. Oh my goodness, it went flying, but where did it fly to? Okay. Yeah, so we have finding a balance here. So whoever you are, I'm getting like you're traveling down some type of road, and the information that you have gotten or that you could have just gathered here could be bringing you like balance to you in some type of way. Okay? Rebirthed by light. But this is balancing this because it's some type of breakthrough here, okay? Yeah, whoever you are, you attuned to the divine, leaving your past behind. There's something that when you walk through this gateway that you weren't the same, okay? Something just happened to you that caused some type of like rebirth. And this says renewal, rebirth by the light. You stepped into the light in some type of way, okay? Because even with this finding a balance, this is a full moon in Libra card, right? This could be you even seeing a bigger picture of like why you had to go through something here. Okay, dots being connected here. Let's keep diving right on in, shall we? Clarify this. Give me one more for this Orion activation. Give me one more for this Orion activation, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Give me one more for this Orion activation. Yeah, it said attend to the details here, okay? So you could have got something here, like some type of rebirth that allowed you, like, the breakthrough to be able to, like, attend to something better, right? Because maybe you were going through something where you, like, either didn't know how you were going to, like, figure it out, or you were just trying to figure out, like, how to work your way through a certain energy. And I'm getting, like, something that you went through, some type of breakthrough and rebirth here that was like, that's it. This is how I'm going to do it. Okay, and it could have, like, lit this fire under your ass that you're just like, okay, now I want to go do this now that I know, okay? Clarify this solar plexus upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. Clarify this solar plexus, and this could be, like, your solar plexus balancing out, okay? In some type of way. Yeah, this says make time for self-love. Clarify this. Give me one more for this solar light upgrade, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this solar light upgrade. So this says release control, okay? So whoever you are, you could have been, like, holding on, like, too tightly to something, or even if you didn't realize that you were, okay? And I'm getting with this first quarter moon in Taurus here, I'm getting this energy of, like, you not necessarily having the full picture of something, and you could have been, like, trying to control something a little bit too much, right? And I'm getting, like, you going through some type of, like, lesson here to be more balanced, right? Maybe you were trying to get to, like, the end of something, or trying to see how all of it turned out without like, I'm getting energy like maybe you were trying to, like, skip steps and hurry up and get to the end. And you have gone through something that is giving you a much more balanced approach in, like, how to act and how to work your way through this energy, and how with this attend to the details, making sure that you are, I'm getting, like, align and don't worry about the how is the energy that I'm getting, when, like, simply you just need to align with the energy here. And you could have got, like, a boost of your energy to just, instead of worrying, an upgrade for you to act, right? And you to actively call this in by simply aligning with it. And I'm getting releasing control by you doing your part and letting your spirit guides and the universe do theirs, okay? Give me this solar, and this could have helped to increase your confidence too, knowing that, one, you don't have to do it alone, but, like, I'm just getting them telling you, like, this is how you play your part and you let us play ours, okay? Clarify this solar light upgrade. Clarify this solar light upgrade, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Yeah, so we had lighten up here. So whoever you are, this could have gave you the confidence to, like, I'm getting, like, breathe easier, okay? Instead of feeling like you have to, because I'm getting this energy of, like, whoever you are, you show up for yourself, right? But you could show up for yourself in the manner of, like, you feel like you have to do it all alone. And your ancestors had to come through, and with this rebirth by the light here, like, almost having to remind you just how guided and protected and how not alone that you are, right? And they had to, like, breathe more confidence into you, because maybe you were going through something where you were, like, you were pushing and you were pushing and you were pushing and you were struggling because you were supposed to allow them to help you more, right? And with this rebirth by light, you've gone through some type of wisdom transmission. You've got some type of clarity here that you were, like, trying to do their part instead of just focusing on doing yours, okay? Yeah, and they told you, like, lighten up. We got you. We got you, okay? Clarify this Gaia gateway activation. Clarify this Gaia gateway activation, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. And this could have had to, you know, been like a lesson that you had to learn here, because this says learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence here, okay? Clarify this Gaia gateway activation, Holy Spirit. Yeah, I'm getting, like, seeing the bigger picture here that you're not alone, but I'm also getting, like, seeing the bigger picture on how you really co-create with your people, okay? And them saying, like, why would you ever worry when we're, like, sitting here walking on the side of you, in front of you, and behind you, right? Yeah. Clarify this Gaia gateway activation. Clarify this Gaia gateway activation. They came through and told you focus on the positive and all the negative aspects you give to us, right? You simply do your part and let us do ours. And I'm getting this could have gave you a greater sense of confidence, because whoever you are, you could be like, you're working with them, you're co-creating in a much better, and I'm getting like from a space of ease, right? Where you realize that it doesn't have to be you like a bull in a china shop, kind of like, oh my God, I have to do all of this by myself. Well, no, you don't, right? It's like you do your part and you don't over exhaust yourself by trying to control every aspect of your life, okay? You release control and you simply align with what your ancestors are asking you to do, okay? And once you take those actions here, because I'm getting solar plex, I'm getting acting, right? Action. Instead of worrying, they just told you to act, right? And act, but don't overact, don't overreact, right? As well, because there needed to be, with this, find a balance here. This could also be you balancing out your masculine and your feminine energies, right? Maybe you were too far in your masculine where you were taking too much action and you weren't in this energy of like receiving, where your ancestors are like, well, hold on, we would like to also give you something, instead of you always having to feel like you have to give everything of yourself and never receive anything, right? You had to find a balance between that. And with this attend to the details, I'm getting this energy of like you had to go back and either rework some things, okay? Or you had to put things in balance that had been out of balance here, with you like potentially overacting or acting too far in either state here, okay? With this release control, you could have like, I'm getting like, well, I'm getting somebody like settling back into their feminine, right? Whether you're masculine or feminine or not, and knowing that the universe, when the universe and the Most High God and your ancestors are coming through and saying we got you, they mean that shit, okay? They're not just saying this as it's nice to say. No, they really mean it, okay? And you can now be confident in that, because whoever you are, they could be like, okay, they working with you, they're showing you, right? They're showing you, when you do that, we do this. When you do that, we do this, right? I'm getting like there's a trust building happening right now between you, okay, and your spirit team. And they're telling you like, this is the way. This is how we're always going to help you, okay? You don't gotta worry when you got us, okay? Give me one more for this Gaia gateway activation. Give me one more for this Gaia gateway activation. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Yeah, assess the situation. Because I'm getting this energy of like, whoever you are, you could have been like trying to frustrate yourself with the details of everything. Trying to make sure that, okay, I need to dot my I's and cross my T's. Which I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. Who's in this? Who's in here? Virgo's in here. Getting to the motherfucking details, okay? And I'm getting this energy of like, whoever you are, you could have got too bogged down into the details and not seeing the bigger picture of you are chosen, you are protected, you are loved, you are guided, you are not here alone, right? And you might have needed to step back and assess, am I acting as if I have to do all of this by myself when I have help? Okay? Am I not allowing my ancestral team to help me when I have literally a team? Is a group effort, right? People who love me and are surrounding me and want to see me succeed and want to help me. Why am I not allowing them to help me? You could have had a conversation, a pep talk with yourself, a get your shit together moment, okay? And it's good that you did. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Yeah, you had to clear your mind, because I'm getting like, you could have been like overthinking something with like, why isn't this turning out the way that I wanted to turn out? Because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Okay, like everything should be going in my favor. And you could have really had this moment where you're just like, you realize that the universe purposely was not allowing something to go in your favor, because the lesson that you needed to learn was you do not have to control everything in order for things to go your way, right? And also, you don't have to be in control of every aspect of how everything turns out for it still to turn out for your highest good, right? Because there's so much freedom in letting shit be what the fuck it is, right? You showing up, you doing your part, as long as you are aligning with what it is that you want to see, right? I'm getting like, let your ancestors fill in the blanks, instead of like feeling like you need to like, okay, well, if this happens, I need this to be in place, and now you got help. You literally, like, you're too blessed to be stressed as you were, right? And you could now have this wisdom. Could have calmed your ass down. Okay, clarify this crystal skull wisdom. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom. Yeah, be real. I'm just getting like you had to have like somewhat of a reality check of like, do you realize that there are other worldly beings here who are trying to help you? Yeah, and don't be so frustrated here about this. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom. Clarify crystal skull wisdom, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this crystal skull wisdom. Yeah, we have go wild here. So whoever you are, you could have been like going wild. You could have even let something like frustrate you, right? Because something wasn't going your way. And I'm getting like you had to really have like a conversation with yourself on why am I in this energy of frustration? What is not working, right? Really having to assess the situation and realizing that it was because you were overplaying your part, right? Where you needed to be in an energy of receiving. You're wondering why you're not receiving anything when you're in your masculine, right? Or you're in your masculine, you're wondering like, okay, or you're too much in your feminine here, and you're not taking the actions necessary to make it happen, right? And I'm getting whoever you are, you had to balance it out, right? Balance out not being too far in your feminine and expecting everything to happen for you and you ain't putting in no work, right? But faith without works is dead, okay? And then also knowing that you don't need to be too much in your masculine, acting, and you ain't got no room to receive, right? Whoever you are, you balance that out. Clarify this. Find a balance. Clarify is find a balance. Holy Spirit, angels, my divine ancestors. Clarify this. Find a balance here. So we had speak your world into being. This could also be like you finding a balance in like your words here, right? Using your affirmations to work with you, to help you, right? And not always feeling like you had to like act. Part of your action could be your affirmations, right? And I'm just getting like having a more balanced approach to things, right? And letting your fears dissolve, because I'm just getting this energy of like you could have felt like you had to like have this get up and go about you, which is a very positive thing, right? But I'm getting your ancestors showing you in where you were misdirecting this energy, or where you were overextending yourself or spending too much energy when it all could have been so motherfucking simple, right? This could have been them saying like, okay, you're doing X, Y, and Z when what's lacking is you saying your affirmations, right? Have you meditated today? Have you affirmed today, right? Have you loved on yourself today, okay? Why are you stressing when we're here, right? Make sure that you're attending to those kind of details is what I'm getting. Could have been your like finding a balance as well. Clarify this, attend to the details. Clarify this, attend to the details. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this, attend to the details here. Yeah, cool your emotions. Cool your emotions. I'm literally getting like your ancestors telling you chill the fuck out. We got you, right? There's no need to ever worry when we're here with you. Breathe through the tension. Even if you were trying to, because this could have been you trying to take control of a situation and hurry up and get this shit over because you're sick of dealing with it. And I'm getting this energy of like your ancestors are always going to be there with you no matter what you are going through. If you're tired of dealing with it, they're tired of seeing you go through it. Okay, there's never going to be a situation where they're going to like to see you suffer, but there is purpose in suffering as well when you are struggling to learn something, right? And your ancestors will let you learn something. They will let you run into a wall over and over again until you finally sit there and be like, that hurts. Let me stop running into this wall, okay? And this could have been what had to happen for you, right? With this cool your emotions here. Where you had to have this moment where you're like, you know what? I'm still going to be okay if I release control because of how loved and how protected I am. And I'm getting you crossing this threshold and you being like a further activated into the light by accepting yourself as a light being, right? Because this says supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. Whoever you are, you had this rebirth of realizing how fucking magical you are, right? How protected you are, how loved you are, right? As a light being, you have other light beings working on your behalf. Clarify this, release control. Clarify this, release control. Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine Ancestors, clarify this, release control. Yeah, reveal what needs to be seen, whoever you are. And this says last quarter moon in Scorpio. So I'm just getting this energy of like your entire plan wasn't flawed, but it was just the fact that you weren't leaving room for help. You weren't leaving room for like miracles, right? Because whenever you're working and you're doing something, because whoever you are, you're so fucking loved. You're such a being of light that miracles absolutely do happen for you, right? But if you're like toiling and laboring like 100% of the time and not allowing like space or room for there to be a miracle, then it can't come, right? Or if you don't simply hold the damn belief that a miracle can come, and you feel like you have to do everything on your own because nobody else is going to help you. You're loved. And you could have had to go through this renewal and this rebirth here to just really have this come to Jesus moment with how loved you are by the universe, okay? And to show yourself some more love and lighten the fuck up. And cool those emotions, okay? Clarify, lighten up. Clarify, lighten up, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Ask me how I know. Clarify this, lighten up, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Yeah, you had to clear your mind. Gemini, okay? Coming out as yourself as immutable here. Yeah, another Gemini, think it through, right? You had to rethink how you were going about something because it wasn't working for you, okay? Clarify this, see the bigger picture. Clarify this, see the bigger picture, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Clarify this, see the bigger picture, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. Know that you are loved. Listen, this could have been like you always being so used to having to do things by yourself because you could not rely on other people, and then your spirit team having to tap you on your shoulder and let you know, baby, we ain't them people. Okay, you're not you can't treat us how they treated you. Like, we love you. Yeah, they had to come and give you would this take a reality check? You're loved. Act as such. Okay? Clarify this, assess the situation. Clarify this, assess the situation, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors here. So we had like, this says be humble, okay? And I'm getting this energy of like, not necessarily like humbling yourself, right? Because make time for self-love. I'm getting like being humbled by just how fucking loved you are. And you had to like, I'm getting like, humble yourself in the face of like, because I'm getting in the presence of the Most High God, right? Feeling like you did not have to overdo shit, right? And settling in this energy of like, because I really am getting you settling more into your feminine, right? Give me one for this, be humble. Work through your feelings, okay? Give me one more for this, be humble. Take inspired action here. We're clarifying Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence here. Assess the situation. There could have been something that was attempting to humble you, and you could have felt like you had to like, okay, well, I'm not going to let these people humble me, and I need to do X, Y, and Z. Realizing with this, know that you are loved is. Anytime anybody gets in the energy of trying to humble you because you are so protected, respected in the spiritual realm, your ancestors are going to humble whoever tries to humble you. And I'm getting this energy of like, you do not need to take matters like everything into your own hands here when you are this protected. And I'm just getting this energy of like, whoever you are, you can like, I'm getting like sit pretty is the energy that I'm getting. And not allow people to like always like take you there or feel like, oh, do you know who the fuck I am? And because your ancestors know who the you are, okay? But they wanted you to know who the you are and act in that, right? Because if you're this protected, that you ain't gonna keep letting somebody get you off your motherfucking square, because you know how your ancestors are gonna come about you. Okay, and that's where your ancestors could have had to humble you in a bit, okay, by like letting you know, like, hey, you ain't gotta be mad at that. We got you. Protect your energy. We got you. You do your part. We do ours. Okay. Clarify this. Be real. Clarify this, be real, Holy Spirit, angels, and my divine ancestors. So this says reflect on your priorities. And I'm just getting this energy of like, where were you overspending your energy? Okay? Where you should have been reprioritizing. Okay, my ancestors got this. Let me focus on this, right? Instead of like trying to force an outcome and say, okay, this is what I want to happen, and I got to spend all my effort towards this because this is what I want to see happen. If you want it, your ancestors want it for you, right? And you had to reflect on your priorities and say, okay, if this isn't happening right now, then it's for a reason. Let me redirect my focus and trust my ancestors that it's going to happen, it's going to be handled, and let me focus on something else in the meantime, between time, so that I'm not wasting my energy where it doesn't need to be wasted. And you could have had that come to Jesus moment here and reflect on your priorities here. And where am I not spending my time? What am I neglecting because I'm over sharing my energy right here? Okay? And you had to work through your feelings. You had to be honest. You had to like release control. And if you're still going through this process, okay, then this is what you're doing. Okay? And your ancestors could be guiding you through this process and showing you that it all is well. When you trust them, all is going to be well. Okay? Clarify, go wild. They're not going to let you fall. Clarify this, go wild. Yeah, this says take inspired action here. So whoever you are, I feel like this is definitely giving me too much in your masculine. This was giving me too much in your masculine, and you balanced out those energies, okay? Because you were taking inspired action, okay? But it was giving it was too focused, right? Like you take inspired action, and then you allow it to be, you allow your ancestors to then take action on your behalf as well, right? But you were going wild with it. And whoever you are, they're telling you, you need to unleash your kindest self and detox all of the feelings of like frustration and anger that could have arose with you trying to do all of it by yourself. Because with this detox, you could have been like a bull in a china shop when you didn't need to be. You could have had a bit more grace and went about this with a bit more ease. You could do that now, right? And this could be what you're learning. And because this is what you're learning, you're being rebirthed by light, right? With this solar plexus upgrades, this is like how to act, how to wield that fire. Because whoever you are, Sagittarius, you didn't came out as yourself, mutables, okay? We didn't have, is Pisces out here? Pisces might be the only sign that's missing. And that might be out here too. I think Pisces was out here in something. But Sagittariuses, you're sharpshooters, okay? You pull that bow back, and whoever you are, you take aim, and you can be very, very used to, like, you know how to get what you want, right? And I'm getting this energy of like, yes, but like you had to go about this another way when you have help. You ain't got to do it all by yourself. And the solar plexus upgrades is you learning when to act and when to redirect this fire in a different way, right? Controlling that fire, not putting it out, but controlling it. When do you need to redirect it over this way while your ancestors handled it was over here, okay? You've either learned that or you're learning that. Take it how it resonates for you, wherever you are in this. But I'm just getting whoever you are, because you are coming to this realization, this experience is crystallizing into wisdom for you. Okay, and you now have clarity about how you are going to move forward in this process of co-creation. You're not going to allow this 3D to frustrate you when you know that you have a spirit team here who will absolutely always work to change the energy in your favor if you allow them the opportunity to do so. Okay, so give them the opportunity to do so, and you calm down now. Or am I? Okay. I love y'all. I hope that resonated with you. Whoever you are, you're doing a beautiful job. You've gone through this rebirth here that is going to make co-creation a lot smoother for you, right? You're not going to have to feel like you have to over-exhaust yourself, okay, to get the outcomes that you seek. But I'm getting this was something that you had to learn. This was your learning experience, right? You sharpening your tool belt here. You gaining some type of wisdom, because now you really have gained this wisdom, right? And this absolutely was a solar plexus upgrade here. It's giving me now you can be more confident in your abilities, because this situation could have been attempting to fuck with your confidence in some type of way, right? Because you're just like, well, why isn't it going right for me? And your ancestors said, because you ain't fucking letting us help you. What the fuck's wrong with you? No, I'm just playing, y'all. But seriously, they want you to They want to help you. Let them help you. They love you. Know that you are loved. Okay? There was a lot of love throughout this message. Your ancestors want you to know how much they will move heaven and earth on your behalf if only you would let them. Okay? So whoever you are, let them. I love you. If that resonated with you, give me some skulls and some purple hearts for some crystal skull wisdom, okay? I love you. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some type of truth and clarity and some freedom on this motherfucking Freedom Friday. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.